The day 96, again, the poet comes out with certain qualities of the greatest devotee of Sri Ram that one should possess. And the qualities today will be about desire. So the desire, it takes two shapes. Generally we say that we should not have any desire, kama as we say. But here the same desire, it is shown in two fashions. Let us see in the poet's way. नसे मानसीं नष्ट आशा धुराशा वसे अंतरे प्रेम पाशा पिपासा ऋणी देवः भक्ति भावें जयाचा जनीं धन्यथो दास सर्वोत्तमाचा जनीं धन्यथो दास सर्वोत्तमाचा. Such devotee is the blessed one. He is Dhanya, who nase manasi nasta asa dhurasha. Nase, not exist, manasi, in the mind, nasta, destructive, asha, desires, dhurasha, the wish that deteriorates, malefic. So now what does it mean? It says that the devotee will not have desires that pulls him down, or immoral desires. Immoral in the sense, that which are not ethically formed. The day before yesterday, just I was talking to some people and we were having a Zoom conference. And at this particular academic year, still we didn't enable the Zoom conference. Therefore, we thought we'll have it from May or June. So we had that limited time frame of 40 minutes. Then I was just talking. See, Zoom we have only for 40 minutes. In case if we have to extend the interview beyond the 40, then it is better we migrate to Google Meets, which time is not a concern there. Then you see what they say. No problem. After 40 minutes, we can re-log in. Look at that. We want Zoom. We don't want to pay, but we want to make use of it in a different way. This is all immoral. This is only an example. There are many, He says when it comes to brahmacharitva, and we speak about celibacy. Brahmacharitva has two meanings. One is celibacy, the other one is one who always revels in Brahman. So no other entanglements, no other worries. Therefore, it is the duty of the Gruhastha to take care of the brahmachari. The other one is who can maintain celibacy. So what is celibacy? Generally, 90% of us, we feel that there is physical act rupturing between two skins. We lose celibacy. My dear friends, not so. Even a thought or an admiration in a wrong notion in the mind, we are lost. We know this story about making a pot. When they see a Gandharva flying that day, the pot doesn't happen. So let us not go into detail. As we mentioned this morning, this is not a Bhagavatam class, this is not a Balavikas or Balavihara class to narrate stories. But So this is how it is. So he says immoral even at the psychological level. It can be either to hurt others or harm others, or it is to cheat others, or it is to withhold others property and all, as it is said in Ishavasa Upanishad, isn't it? The first verse. And then he says, Vase antari prema pasha pipasa. So Vase stays, antari in the heart, prema pasha bond of love, pipasa thirst. Here it says, Vase, he dwells with abiding love and affection. Then is it not bondage, having love and affection? That is a part of Maya, isn't it? Mamakaram, we say. And that should not happen, isn't it? Runim devaha bhakti bhave jayacha. Look at that. There, the bondage of love in the heart, which is unquenchable thirst, Runi, indebted, Deva, God, this Bhakti Bhave, faithful devotion, Jayacha, in whom? In whomsoever there is an indebted thirst and bondage of love in the heart towards the God, filled with faith and devotion, he is the blessed one. So the desire for the God can be there for the subtle things, but the desire with selfish motive or immoral, even in selfish certain things, okay, required. You feel that you want an independent house, that is okay. You want to build a house, okay. Here again, two factors. Your own shelter, if somebody comes for you to do something, one shelter is required. Yes, you want to conduct some classes, you need shelter, or else yes, there are certain situations like where Shantiniketan and all, where under the trees we do classes and all. Yes, exceptions are there. But in general, nowadays, people also, the parents, they don't send. If you say, I'll do under a tree in Kaban Park, weekly once they may send, but daily. Because they're so neat and tidy, they don't want the children to touch in soil or to play with water. They're so worried. We in our younger days, we played with nature. We got drenched in rain, played with soil, went to the seashore and built sand houses and castles and all. Fortunately, maybe that is the reason why our resistance is much better than this generation people. Think we spend a lot of time outdoor. Nowadays, people are glued to the screens, isn't it? So here it says, you can have intense love towards God and have little meaningful desires to fulfill the needs of the day, and such people are wise. Don't amass things, I tell you. All we have these functions, for example, Diwali, Bhogi, and what do you call Ugadi, all these, we have so many functions. Why? And even these functions, we have bonfires, festival. One, they speak about the farm and agriculture, where they say that they bring out all and they put to fire. The other thing is, you should keep the house neat and tidy. Keep the articles which are used on a day-to-day basis reachable to the hand. Things which are used occasionally, like for Ekadasis and Paurnamis and new moons or Shastis or whatever it is, one level above, and things which are used half yearly, quarterly, or annually at one distance. And remember, things that you haven't used for 2 or 3 years, no point in piling it them on the attic, or it will be a place, a hideout for all other creatures which will be troubling you. Such things just discard. Keep the mind and the surrounding area as free as possible. Things that are not being used, just throw away. No point, no fears. Why? After 20 years, if I have to use, my dear friend, after 20 years, this will not be useful. Take it from me. When it comes to apparels, dress, gifts and all, electronic, electrical items and all, yes. Yeah, hard things, yes. Like your desk, bench, okay, yes. That too nowadays, with the soft fillings and all, even that gets spoiled. You have to redo it. Instead of getting it redone, you can buy a new thing. So have the mind clear. And today, in connection with today's verse, that is, have love towards God. Now we get a kind of which God to love. And as we are speaking about Ramcharitmanas, Ram. And again, is it which Ram? Because Ramcharitmanas, of course, in our classes, we have been seeing Adi Ram, that is first Ram. So Saguna or Nirguna. For this, it is answered in 115th verse. I am venturing to attempt. Saguna hi anu. Sorry. Saguna hi aguna hi ahi kaju bheda. Kavahi muni purana bhada bheda. Aguna arupa alaka ajajoyi bhagata prema basa saguna sayhoyi. I'm not getting the tune, let me see. So here he says saguna hi aguna hi nahim kachu bheda. He says there is no difference between the divinity in form or without form. That is what the Saja says. Gavahi Muni Purana Buddha Bheda. That is what the Munis have sung from time immemorial. That which is attributeless, formless, unborn, or in Sakara, everything is the same, he says. And in the next Pankti, again, he gives an example of the water in different forms. It can be a water, a hailstorm, a vapor. All the three have the same quality. So, saying that, I conclude this. Be in any thought, but thought of the Supreme. With form or without form is secondary. So, thanks for being with. Catch you later.